Welcome to Living with, I'm your host, Katrina Smith, and on today's show, I'll be talking to Nicky Bohm. Welcome, Nicky Bohm, to the Living with Disabilities. I have a few questions. Do you mind if I ask them?
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
You're welcome. One, what do you do for a living?
I'm a special education teacher / behavioral specialist.
Okay. What age were you diagnosed with Tourette and dystonia?
I was diagnosed with Tourette at 25, but I've had symptoms since I was 5 years old. And dystonia, I've had symptoms since I was a little kid. But when I became pregnant and had a baby, the trauma of that caused the dystonia to come out faster, the genetic kind I have. So it really sped it up about 30 to 40 years progression wise. So.
Okay. Can you explain what Tourette is and what were the symptoms?
Yes, my tics started, which there's motor and vocal tics, can consist of eye blinking, grunting, moving your head. Some people think Tourette's is automatically swearing, where it's actually not. But it can also be like mimicking gestures, and if I read a sign, I will shout it out, not knowing where I saw it from. It'll just like come out and just out of nowhere. So that Tourette syndrome, you have to have a vocal and motor tic for over a year, 2 tics in order to be classified as Tourette syndrome.
Okay. Can you explain what dystonia is and what type of physical therapy you do?
Yeah, I have hemidystonia, which affects the left side of my body. I am dependent on dopamine, which is carbidopa-levodopa medication. It's similar to what Parkinson patients take. And in the morning, I can walk pretty much fine. And then throughout the day, when my dopamine runs out of my brain, then my left side just goes completely numb and I can't hardly walk. So I rely on a scooter. I currently do pool therapy, speech therapy, and I get Botox therapy with medications.
Okay. At what age did you discover you had 26 disabilities?
Right now, I should say they've added them all up, and that's what they have come to the conclusion. I started, my first disability that was diagnosed was speech impediment, hard of hearing, due to chronic ear infections, and then that moved into dyslexia and dysgraphia, and then it just kept going on and on all the way to all the symptoms underneath Tourette's, which is OCD, dyslexia, dysgraphia, pretty much anything under the umbrella of Tourette's I have. So,
okay. What is it like running and operating your own group home?
Well, when I ran and operated group home, it was so much fun. I could relate to the clients, and it was just really nice to be able to open up a group home for kids that had like autism-like behaviors, because I could also relate to the struggles that people have related to social aspect of things. So I've written curriculums to help people. So it was a great thing. It was just fun. So.
Okay. Can you share with our viewers the steps to opening up a group home for the youth?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. You have to go through state guidelines. So I was just the program coordinator. So I had a program director. So we came up with the vision together. We got all of the state licenses. We built the house from the ground up, and we based it on sensory components and to protect staff and clients. Like for example, if this client was one that would hit somebody, you could take a beanbag, one of the couch cushions and hold it up rather than getting hit. And that would be a healthy way of getting frustration up. And then you have to do the funding per child. And just like a normal household, you got to be able to pay staff. You have to be able to have enough money for food, staff, training. It's a lot of money that goes into it.
Okay. What is an ABA therapist and what do you do?
An ABA therapist is applied behavior analysis. It's about a 50% success rate with doing sole ABA, but with cognitive behavioral therapy joined with applied behavior analysis, you see more of a better outcome for people with disabilities. But what they do typically is it's antecedent behavior consequence. So if a student does something, they look to see what happens before, during, and after.
Okay. What is PCA and what do you do?
When I was a PCA, I was working with people in their homes. As a client, I started at the age of 15 working with a child with autism, and I was their PCA at his home. So I also was his para when I was in school too.
Okay. What type of motivational speaker are you?
I like to talk about perseverance and achieving the goals that one person wants to create or achieve for themselves. So living with a disability, I've come to the conclusion is that if you want to achieve something, you can achieve it. You just need the accommodations and the modifications in order to achieve it. But success is in the eye of the beholder. So just because I work, at a high, fast-paced job, doesn't mean that it's going to be right for the next person, regardless of disability or not. So if your dream is to be a farmer, then I'm going to help you get there. So I really like to motivate people on succeeding for themselves.
Okay. What grade do you teach as a special educational teacher?
I actually teach kindergarten through high school, 12th grade. So 1 minute I'll be working with a kindergartner and the next minute I'm working with a 12th grader. I just wouldn't change it. It's just so much fun working with different developmental ages. So.
Okay. How does your dystonia affect your everyday life?
It really affects my everyday life. I have a 2-year-old child, and there's times where I'm just so exhausted I can't play with her as much as I want to. And I have to use a scooter sometimes. I used to be an avid runner, avid swimmer, and it's just made me to the point where I can barely walk up to 2 to 3 miles when I used to do 5 or 6 a day. That's on a good day. On a bad day, like I can't even walk a block. So.
Yeah. What helps you stay motivated when you feel frustrated?
I always have the expression, one breath, one step, you got this. I came up with my daughter who was 2 years old and she's a cancer survivor. And she taught me that if you don't breathe and focus on your breathing, that is the only thing that can make you move forward. So if you're focusing on everything else in your head and your head is just going crazy, just one breath, one step, you got this. And I keep saying that over and over and over again until I can complete the task.
Okay. Do you have a support group like your family and friends?
Yes, I have a lot of people that support me. I'm very lucky and blessed. My husband supports me. My parents that are still alive, which I'm very lucky, support me. My sister, my brother, the community. I think because I give so much of myself and support others, other people pay the favor back, and it just is a collaborative team effort. So.
Okay. What is the most misconception about your disability?
That I don't have one. So I'll park in the Target parking lot, put my little handicap sticker up, and I'll have people like bother me that I'm not really handicapped based upon the way I look. Mm-hmm. But they don't realize that my muscles are contracting and they're turning, like literally they feel like they're stones in your body and you can't, and they go numb and you can't, it's so painful you can't describe it. So I just wish people would have a better understanding and just kind of mind their own business when it comes to the physicalness of my disability, because it is a struggle, but I never complain.
Okay. What are some obstacles you have faced, and what were some strategies you used to overcome them?
I always looked for what is a good fit rather than my disability. So if a job wasn't working out because of my Tourette syndrome or because of my dystonia, I would just think, you know, I'm doing my job, I'm meeting the qualifications of the job, and they still don't think I'm doing good enough, then that's their problem, not mine. So I'm going to find a better fit, and I have. So.
Okay. So can you share with our viewers other support groups that you have found outside of family and friends you have sought help from?
Yes, the adult Tourette support group on Facebook is really good, and the Dystonia Foundation support groups are really good.
Okay. How have these support groups helped you?
You're not alone. One of the problems is like when you have a disability where you're shouting things out and you're moving constantly and you can't control your body. Like right now I'm kind of suppressing my tics, but when I'm done, it will be like really strong. People can give you tricks and trades and just relate to that. And then with dystonia, I was just completely scared. I didn't know what was going on. My body just kept going paralyzed, and the support group really helped me understand what my disability was.
Okay. How would you motivate others to come out and talk about their disability?
I would say do you. And you is not 100% your disability, but it makes you unique and special. There's people like that have like with my tics, I'm more rememberable, if that makes sense. So like I will be selling things like I used to sell at the grocery store. Everybody used to request the person that ticked, knowing that I was me because they liked me so much. And they remember me because of my Tourette's. So I always try to spin something that people think is a negative into a positive and just be like, just do you. And you are not 100% your tics. You're so much more, and you're more than your disabilities.
Okay. Do you have anything you would like to say to our viewers?
Yeah, thank you so much, for interviewing me today. And just keep going because that's all you can do. One step, one breath, you got this.
Okay. And lastly, can you close us off with a motivational speech?
Yes. No matter what obstacles in life you have, you are you. You are not your disability, but a disability is a part of you. Just keep going no matter what. It's going to be okay. People will support you, and you can do anything you put your mind to. No matter what your success is, it is your success, and that's all that matters.
And thank you, Nicky, for sharing your story with us. Hope to hear from you soon, and glad to have this interview. Anytime you would like to have a follow-up, you can always, contact us, and we shall see where you're at from there. Thank you for joining.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.